There's a very robust system of procedural protections that you have a right to, due process. You can't take someone's liberty and say, you can't walk over here or drive by here unless you get a fair hearing. And at that hearing, they have to prove by the preponderance of evidence, the petitioner does, that the abuse occurred and that the likelihood of abuse to continue and the credible threat to continue.
Exactly. I mean, it's kind of a balancing act, a balancing test, like I'm doing the 6-7 motion, but so the whole thing is, as Mike just said, there's the first part of it, which is that we're willing to restrain somebody's liberty, even kind of unfairly, for a temporary amount of time, in order to, as you said, prevent the greater evil of domestic violence. But then the other side of that is the show cause hearing, where the petitioner has to prove by a preponderance of the evidence that they're actually the victim of abuse. And the thing is, there's kind of it kind of goes the other way too, because at the show cause hearing, if somebody's legitimately a victim of abuse, the show cause hearing can be difficult. It can be stressful. It can be traumatizing to have to talk about what's happened to you and how this other person has behaved. But that's the other side of it, where that's a sacrifice, the same way that we're willing to sacrifice somebody's liberty for a couple of weeks in order to prevent imminent danger. The other side of that is we're willing to say to the petitioner, I'm sorry, but you have to prove your case. I know it'll be difficult for you, but you have to prove your case in order to make sure that somebody can't just go in there, lie their butt off, and then get a restraining order against somebody that they can then use to, unfair mistreat them. And that's why, I mean, the petitioner and the respondent has rights. The whole idea of the temporary restraining order is that we want to stop a horrible act of violence from happening imminently, quickly. But then the respondent gets to go there and say, hey, wait a second. No, there's no imminent threat of violence. There's no imminent threat of harm. And if the respondent can prove that, then the restraining order is basically dashed.